How's the soup?
Excuse me?
The soup.
Oh.
How is it?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Could you pass the salt?
Sure.
Thanks. Do you like eating in here?
Oh, yeah. You want to know the truth? I don't think I've ever been in this room before. Do you want to get out of here?
Yes.
Yo, there we go. That's an intro. You are listening to Batman 89, Chapter 5, a Batman on Film podcast where we break down all the live-action Batman films, chapter by chapter. My name is Justin Kowalski, and with me is my great friend and the only guy to hit up if you're looking for delicious meats in the tri-state area, Mr. Pete Verra. How you doing, Pete?
What's going on, man?
It's good, man. I'm hosting.
You're bringing that SoCal energy.
I'm bringing that SoCal energy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Man. It's been like a month since we've been in the highly art-directed streets of Tim Burton and Anton Furst's Gotham City, and so trying to get back at this chapter by chapter.
This is my first time doing I think I did one for the Batman. I think this is my first time doing one for 89.
Yeah, I remember the one because you didn't even like watch it because you're like, I've already seen this movie like 20 times. I don't need to watch it. So you just like watched it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna hit minute like 30 to about minute 34 of Batman 89. We're breaking it down a little differently because there's like 87 chapters of this film, and so we're just kind of making.
I don't know what you're talking about. I looked at my on my iTunes and there were like 30.
Yeah, but it's hard. Like if you have a DVD to the Blu-ray to the iTunes, so we're just kind of doing the BOF version of chapters. And this movie's got like bananas, like sections. Like to be honest, like one chapter can probably be 20 seconds the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little wild on the way it breaks down. So, all right, Pete. So we're just gonna jump right on into this whole thing. So this scene, this whole like section of film takes off right after the Joker's hand emerges from the wash, his lucky deck and everything flying up. So really it's just, Alexander Knox still trying to get with Vicky. Vicky is not waiting for Knox.
I think we're all Knox in this situation here. I think we can all relate to Knox.
Yeah, but I like that Knox is he's in the bullpen and he's still trying to like figure out like what's going on with Batman, and he's just like, Jack Napier, it was suicide,
Suicide.
And he's trying to like get his like his quote and all that stuff, and so it's cool. It's some cool newsroom stuff, whatevs. It's nothing groundbreaking, but I just like that it's just more Knox, more of his kind of like he's really trying to like have some type of legitimacy to his Batman story. And now you get like Jack Napier died. Like, so Jack Napier and Grissom are just big time bad guys in Gotham at this point. And so just kind of it's a nice little, kickoff to the scene. But anyways, so Vicky, she's turning Knox down because she's trying to go hook up with Bruce Wayne already, man. She's been in town for a couple
can't blame
weeks.
her, to be honest.
I mean, Michael Keaton, 1989, dude.
I'm looking at that driveway. That's an impressive piece of real estate.
She's like, man, what can I do? She's like, what can I do to, make an appearance at Bruce Wayne's house again? So she heads there. And what the heck is she driving, dude? Is that a Yugo? What the heck is that?
I don't know. I thought, isn't it a taxi? Is it her car? Like, I don't know.
I feel like it's her car. I think it's the same car that they have later on when she's taking photos of the mimes. But it's like, it's funny because everything in this film's super Art Deco, but her freaking piece of crap car, man. She's driving. I
Well,
don't know. Maybe
on a
maybe it's a loaner.
photographer's, freelance salary.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought she would be a little more of a jet
Yeah,
setter.
I don't
but-
know. It's definitely a hatchback.
Yeah, it's definitely a hatchback. She's probably got some like sweats in the back there. I don't know, but it just looks. It's such a funny like contrast. You have this gigantic like entryway to Wayne Manor, and you got her whatever her.
It's like Burton looked at Peters and was like, "Bring your daughter's car here. We're gonna park."
Yeah.
Bring your daughter's car. Like it's like I want something completely and totally that doesn't belong in my movie. I want the new car, the car you just bought your daughter. Can you just park it out front here?
Yeah, that's right. So you got this like early 80s like hatchback in the front of Wayne Manor. And so anyways, we cut to inside, and this is one of the most like famous scenes in this movie. I think it's one of the most famous like Bruce Wayne scenes in all of like cinematic history. I don't know what you think, but
I actually like the Alfred stuff a lot because it shows the history, and it shows just their relationship, because I feel like we don't really get a whole lot of that in this version of Batman.
Yeah.
This what do you want to call it, this Burton Schumacher, or just the two Burton movies, like there's not a whole lot of really like touching Alfred Bruce Wayne stuff in here until you really get to Nolan. So like that was really nice. And then I'm with you on the Bruce Wayne stuff. I mean, he kind of pulls it off really effortlessly, Keaton, that is, going from kind of just buffoonish billionaire to kind of like more, this is who I am, and then he kind of more suave, like he kind of does that transition throughout the film. And here he's kind of Alfred's making jokes about him, he's letting loose a little bit, he's having fun, he's about to get it in, he's having a good time. Like, let's be honest.
Well,
like, this is the most relaxed we've seen Bruce, I think, ever.
Yeah. Well, it starts off kind of like stale. Like, I don't know, like this is our first like,
past the salt.
Well, yeah, this is our first. Yes, I didn't mean it like that stale, but it's our first like kind of like what does Bruce Wayne do? Like, how does he like initiate dates with ladies or whatever? And so all we know is his people called her people, and she's over there, and they're in that room, that dining hall, eating soup, and you see that she's super annoyed, right? She's just like, what are we doing in here, man? Like, why are you sitting all the way over there? And so that was just kind of, I think, her way of like, dude, get up, come over here. And then for him to like,
do you say that? Do you say pass the salt? Like me and my buddy Andy will say that, and like when we want salt, could you pass it? Like, in reference
to this.
It's like a part of my everyday language. Could you pass the salt? Like, if I have the opportunity to ask for the salt, I will ask for it because of this movie.
You have to do it in kind of an annoyed like tone, and you have to like do the
salt.
You have to do like, can you pass the salt?
Yeah.
So and then it's like he's clueless. Like this again, Bruce Wayne is kind of clueless. He does it, goes and sits all the way back down, and then she's just like, "Do you like being in here? You like eating in here?" And so I like the line of like, I don't know if I've ever been in here, which I don't think that's true to him, but I feel like that's him acknowledging
loosening up.
Yeah, I feel like him like, let's get out of here. And he's like, I don't know, man. He probably doesn't date women by his choice. I'm sure it's like all socialites and like socialists, not socialists, like social. Like he has a person who books his engagements. Like, yeah, there's a model in town. You should date Bruce Wayne. And he's like, hey, I'm Bruce Wayne. How you doing? Have some soup.
Exactly. Let's go sit at my long table. I'm not really that interested in you.
And so it's like,
did you leave so I can fight crime in my bat suit?
Yeah, he's like, I got to make appearances, but apparently no one knew what he looked like, anyways. But so I love the small talk, because he's all, so did you have a hard time finding the place? Yeah. I'm like, dude, she was literally there. She was just there the night before.
His social skills are almost on question here, right? To be honest, it's like, wow, like,
yeah.
Geez, you're not good at this.
He's just like, I don't know. I think that's what he has to do. He has to do small talk just to kind of get.
Yeah, but by the time he gets to the stairs, he's the man.
Yeah. Well, there you go. But I think he's hoping to like bore these chicks so they leave so he can get out. Or as soon as Vicky's like challenging, like, this is stupid, because probably most chicks are just like, oh, money this, money that, and she's genuinely like interested in him, and so that's when he's like, all right, fine, let's go eat in the mess hall with Alfred, right?
And from there, they're flying.
So okay, you were talking about the Alfred scene, which I really like too. Actually, I wrote like in my notes. I made notes, man.
He's
It's
like,
a sweet
there
scene.
I was, covered in mud with Master Bruce over there, and that was the last time I gave him a horseback ride lesson.
Yeah. But you know what? You're right. He didn't have any of these scenes in Batman Returns. Batman Returns was more like, oh, he's assisting him. He's
Like
DJ
you
Alfred.
didn't get
and all
anything
that
really
stuff.
until it was like DJ Alfred, you know,
Yeah.
like with the CD player in Return.
Yeah.
You know, they had a little squabble, and you know who let Vicky Vale in the Batcave, but like there wasn't a whole lot like that. This scene alone, like you know, there's this, and then there's later on he's like, I have no intention of burying my friends, all their sons. You know, like he's got a lot of good dialogue.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a lot of good dialogue that hints to like their relationship and
just history.
Like
history.
his burden for caring for Bruce.
Mhm.
Like it's kind of it feels like a Michael Caine Alfred story, you know, like because you get a lot of the relationship with you know the Nolan stuff. You get a lot of Alfred's like connection to him.
Now, was it Earth One that first developed the whole Alfred, you know, former like English spy type thing?
Yeah,
like, because I like, when did that first come about? Did it ever happen earlier? I wonder. Like, I'm just curious because now we've got.
I don't remember it.
This doesn't. This like I would never suspect this version of Alfred to ever have anything other than like. I'm just thinking about Alfred in general.
I do feel like, and sorry, I don't have specifics, but like in my brain, I feel like some like writers have alluded that Alfred had some kind of actor's
like military
training.
Okay, I've heard
like training for the Queen's Army or something like that. But I you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do feel like there was comics where he was teaching Bruce how to act, and he had to do it for like espionage missions or something. But
I believe you're right.
Yeah, I'm probably right, but I feel like maybe Jeff Johns like took that idea and really, you know, doubled down on it for Earth One. But so yeah, but it is kind of interesting. Like if you think about Michael Goff going, you know, knowing what we know now, like, oh man, was this Alfred kind of badass? You know?
Yeah, like you just think about it. I don't think this Alfred particularly. I feel, you know, definitely feel like more probably the BVS Alfred leans itself towards that.
Yeah. But this Alfred's more of a manservant that, hey, all the Pennyworths serve the Waynes.
Yeah, basically,
for years.
I would say so. And I'd say you get that a little bit with that, with Alfred as well as in the Nolan verse.
Yeah. Well, I think they kind of double down on that in Batman and Robin. I mean, I don't know. Ooh. This is either the same universe or it's not, or it's, you know,
it's you know, however you want it.
However you want it.
Take, yeah.
But it's
and then, you know, Reeves, we're still developed. Like Reeves, they planted seeds early, but we'll see what kind of, you know, we're still trying to figure out that relationship there.
Yeah.
One movie.
I feel like that one's a little more akin to what Jeremy freaking BVS Alfred. Like they're Jeremy Irons. Jeremy Irons is him and they're the same. But yeah, anyways, a great scene. You know, I like that, you know, Vicky gets into her like feelings of like, you know, it reminds me of my family. And so Bruce is able to open up like, well, he is my family. That's it, you know.
That's it. And then he sees that moment and he goes right through and then he's able to get her upstairs.
Well, here's the thing. So this is what
sees the moment. And
this is what I noticed. This is what I noticed. He starts, you know, telling her, you know, well, Alfred is my family, and
gets all sensitive. The chicks love that.
He starts giving her wine, dude. He reaches, he grabs the bar.
There you go. That's it. The Pinot Grigio's flowing, boys, and all of a sudden, fly. Yeah.
So he kind of, and it's like, not that he deflects, but he's just like, Alfred is my family. Drink up, baby.
This is, by the way, this is a $3,000 bottle.
Yeah. That's where his bankroll comes out. Like, come on. Hey, so what are they eating, man?
18 years, by the way.
Yeah. What are they eating? They didn't bring their soup in there. It didn't look like it.
It was just wine. It
looks like some
the bottles of wine.
No, it looked like they had some like peas and veal or something.
Peas and veal. Alfred made a quick dinner.
Yeah, and then Alfred, he doesn't even go to like a room. It's like he has a little pantry office. He just like, all right, I'm gonna leave y'all. I'm gonna go in this little door back here. And
Alfred's room is probably bigger than your house.
Yeah, probably, man. Alfred has his own servant. Well, in this movie, what's cool is you get to see the other. Well, you see it in the Dark Knight a little bit, I think, or Dark Knight Rises. But in this one, you do see there's other help. Like, oh, you know, Alfred's just kind of like the general of the help.
Yeah.
So
the head of staff.
Yeah, the head of staff. And so he kind of keeps Wayne Manor. keeps Wayne Manor going, and then he DJs at night while Bruce is out fighting crime. Alfred is out DJing.
Just going, well, you're listening to WBAT with DJ Alfie Pens.
All right. So Bruce gives Vicky some wine. It's like Batman's always planning, dude. He's always got a plan. His plan right now is to get everybody a little lubricated with some, with some wine, dude. Wine gets
I'm sure it's
exactly. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. All right. So then we cut. We cut like a real hard cut to like this is what Bruce Wayne is doing right now. At the same time, the juxtaposition is like here's what Jack Napier is doing right now. Because I still don't consider him the Joker yet. Right now, he's still Jack Napier until he reveals himself. And so I like this scene. It kind of just gets shoved right into this whole like sweet date between Bruce and Vicky, but I feel like the scene's not over yet because we go back.
Man, I think it's terrifying. I remember I went to a drive-in movie theater once with my ex-girlfriend, and we were watching 89. We were watching 89, and it got to the scene, and everyone's windows down because like everyone's cars off because they don't want to be idling. Yeah. So everyone's cars off. So it's hot as hell. This is like in July, so everyone's got their windows down, and the SUV next to us, the kid is like freaking out. He's like afraid of the Joker. The Joker's laughing, and this kid is like legitimately scared. And I looked at my eyes, I was like, "What's going on?" She's like, "This kid's really scared." I was like, "Wow." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, Tim, let's go, baby." He's scared the hell out of kids. I felt like Daniel Waters for like 20 seconds. I'm like, "Oh," she's like, "What is wrong with you? This kid's scared." I was like, "This is great. He should be scared of the Joker." But like I thought Jack sold it, man. That laugh is creepy. Yeah. As soon as look what I have to work with here. You see those horrible tools, and then he just loses it. Dude, Jack crushes it here, man. I love Jack. Look at this.
Yeah. Shoot! Look at you wearing that's a great
T-Public, baby.
Dude, it's a great Napier shirt. The tools there. Legend has it, or maybe it's the truth that those are the same type of dental and tools from Little Shop of Horrors. I don't know.
Really, that's cool.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but hey, I was watching this. I don't know if you saw it last week.
Something like the IMDb like stats page.
No, I heard it from. I listened to a podcast. I think I heard it on a podcast. It's probably in there as well. I'm sure they probably read it from there and went to there. But I was looking at a video last week, and someone was doing like these enhancements and corrections to Batman 89, and what they did.
Get rid of the purple spot.
They did. They got rid of the purple spot. And then when Jack's going up the stairs into, he's walking up the staircase, like, I guess I can't really tell here, but they added green to his hair. You can't really tell.
Well, it's fun. I'm watching it today because you want to do the show on this, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I think that's I think that's Jack Nicholson's face tone as he's walking up that split second. There's light. I think that's more of a peach. I don't see the perma white. Yeah. So I'm curious as to what they did. I've been trying to freeze it, but like it just doesn't.
Yeah. I think they were like, no one's gonna see this. Yeah. No one's gonna have high definition.
Well, the rumor on the purple spot is that his neck was turning the jacket collar white. Yeah. So for some reason they decided to cover up the white paint on the collar with purple paint. Yeah. And then the purple paint rubbed up against his neck, and that's what made the final cut.
Yeah.
So that's the rumor about that.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. So that's what they fixed it. This guy fanned it. They did a great job. But there was a whole debate about like, should they special edition and take this stuff out? I kind of like the messes up. It gives it a little bit of.
I like it from because it's like, oh, this is a movie, but at the same time, I'd love to see it without it.
Yeah. I mean, that's if it was George Lucas's Batman 89, sure, he'd go back and fix it.
But it's also like the only thing I want them to change about 89 is the spot.
Yeah. Well, what interesting thing they did is they got rid of all the blood from the tray. I'm like, that's the cool part.
Really?
Is the blood? Yeah. Like that's it. That makes it disgusting. Like it's weird. It's
but
like
now, see, I never noticed that. I'm gonna have to go and compare.
Yeah. I was like, why would you get rid of the blood? So I mean, this isn't it's a fan edit, but they were like, here's the fixes. And so they added the green hair and they got rid of the purple thing. And it's just it's a weird thing to take away. I think it is gruesome. I love that you shared that, like a kid watching that. Like for the first time,
Like
you've
this,
never
he had to
seen
be
that.
like honestly like a 7-year-old kid. Like
Yeah,
him,
it's
his brother,
terrifying.
and his family. They went to go watch Batman and Drive, and this kid was
Yeah.
terrified. And I was
Yeah.
cut. You know, it's funny because everyone says like, "Oh man, Burton's Batman movies are so campy." I'm like, that's not campy
I
at the
don't
time.
know,
It ain't,
man.
like, and I thought that you know it also does the perfect balance. You know, of terrifying and comic booky. Like it's not. I
Yeah.
don't think it's over the top, but like it should be scary in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, the Joker's
Yeah.
not a good guy.
Not at all.
It's
I think
weird, but he has a huge fan base. Like it's the Joker. Like I mean, I'm wearing a Joker shirt right now. I love the Joker, but I don't love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't really like that criticism that it's campy, or not that there's a criticism. I don't think it's that campy. I think it does. It's a good balance of comic book, but also like something that is not goofy, you know, for everyone to dig it. Like it has
Returns
a level.
sometimes. Returns it has its moments.
Yeah, Returns has some times where it's like a little, but like this one is really like I still hard for me to like beat the tone. The tone of this film is perfect, man.
No, I agree with you. Overall, like the movie, it balances everything so well.
I just love creepy Dracula hiding in the shadows. Batman, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. But so, anyways, this scene, man, Joker when Jack, like, I like when he cracks your dog. I like when he cracks that mirror. It's like, for me, there's like the artistic like symbolism of that's when he actually cracks. He sees himself. It's like in The Killing Joke where he sees himself in the puddle, like when he pulls his helmet off. That's when he starts to laugh. And so it's kind of that same thing where he sees himself in the mirror, loses it, because right there he's just angry. He's like, mirror, give me the mirror. He's anxious, like,
Mirror.
Yeah, mirror. And then he just cracks it, and that's like him cracking right there. So I feel like that's the egg that cracks, and that's the birth of the Joker right there. He just because he starts laughing and he's losing his mind. And so I love that scene so much. It's probably one of my like, I know there's the sect of like the Joker just is, how does he get created? But I do, for this movie, for the sake of it, I love him discovering himself.
I love that you compare it to that, to be honest. I think honestly it's a very unfortunate because Jack's portrayal of the Joker, I think, is maybe the most perfect portrayal that we've ever gotten, now that we've gotten several Jokers in live action. And now that you look at them collectively, I even think compared to Heath's, I think Jack's Joker stands atop. It really does. You know, like
I mean, Heath's is great.
It sucks trying to pick between the two, but I think Jack has been really forgotten amongst this generation with how good his Joker is, and you know, just in what he did. And yeah, I mean, if you want to say that's the birth of the Joker, I can give. I like to think it. Man, that hand coming out as soon as I see with the green fingernails, like that's it. You know, as soon as he's white and green, he's the Joker. But I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. I mean, it's a fantastic scene. I love that you compare it to Killing Joke there, because that's wonderful. I never really thought about that till now. You know, and a lot of people do compare this movie, the similarities with Killing Joke.
Well, like maybe that's the like. I don't want to get too like it sound like a weird movie critic. Like, well, actually, but like, okay, so like when he hits the acid, that's kind of like the, I don't know, that's like he's in the womb, right?
Is that when the sperm eats the egg?
Yeah, pretty no lie, bro. And then when he gets washed out into the reservoir,
that's it. Well, you're taking this. You're so deep. Was this written by Zack Snyder?
Yeah. So that's him basically being born, right? And then and then the mirror is like the self-discovery. This is who I am.
Look at you.
Right? You know how you kind of like, you know, I'm
just doing biblical. You can tell he went to Sunday school.
This is who I am. This is his moment. This is Saul's conversion right here, man. This is Saul to Paul. This is Jack the Joker right here, man. So like that's why I just think it's more of that egg cracking, that mirror cracking. It's like, this is who I am. So yeah, I don't want to pontificate.
No, overall, it's great, man. It's like one of the better scenes in any comic book movie if you come to like villain origins. Yeah, you know?
It's great. So all right. So we get Joker coming up those stairs, and that laugh is amazing. It's still I think the best. I mean, we're saying one of the better Joker performances. I think it's the best Joker laugh, dude.
I agree. I can't argue
so
with you.
Good, man. Like. Everyone has their thing, but it's kind of like the Kevin Conroy thing. Like, you just hear his voice as Batman. Like Jack's take is just so good, man. It's so good. It's
It
like,
is vintage. It's classic. Like it's
yeah,
there's no way to like describe it without explaining how just it fits so well with not only the Joker of that time, but just with now that we're probably like what 80 years into the history of the Joker. Like
yeah.
Jack's Joker is up there. It's like with the top like 5. I mean, oh man, if you wanted like top 5 takes of the Joker all time, what would it be? I mean, you would throw Jack up there with Hamill,
Yeah.
Killing Joke Joker, Heath's Joker. You know, like oh man, I'm trying to think. What's another Joker there? Make it
Yeah, I
find.
don't think anything. I mean, some people would say Cesar Romero, but I don't think Cesar Romero's Joker is as iconic as people think. I don't think he's as crazy. I think the Riddler on that show is crazier than the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's
I
tough.
still,
The big
you
3
know,
of that show of Batman, Catwoman, and Riddler are pretty big. And
yeah,
there's a lot of Penguin in there too.
yeah, but that's a whole other show, Pete.
It is.
That's when we get to the Batman 66 film.
I'm waiting for Batman Returns, man.
Oh, I can't wait for Batman
dude, there are
Returns,
2
dude.
shows. I want to do a Batman Returns show with you and Bill, and then I want to do a BVS show with me, Bill, and Lauer. Like those are like the 2 shows. And I want to get a Batman and Robin in there with Micah because I heard he loves it. So I want.
Oh man, yeah, that's some people's first Batman. So,
dude, I might just do the Batman and Robin thing. I'm kind of excited about that.
I'll make you host it.
I would host it. Like no one wants to do it. It'll probably just be me and Hoss.
Oh man,
the whole way through.
I'll get. I just want on the episode where they reverse the film where Robin goes under the water and comes back up. They're like, no, let's just reverse it.
Let's
all right.
It's so 90s. It's great.
All right. So we got Joker. We got Jack walking up the stairs and laughing, and that echo of the laugh takes us back to Bruce and Vicky on the staircase, the stairwell in stately Wayne Manor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really it's kind of the end of the scene where they're just kind of walking up there and she's just saying, I'm a little drunk. And she's going, you're nothing. And he's just like, one drink and I'm flying. And she's like, why are you afraid of flying? And then that point,
he's like, I'm not, I'm the captain.
He's like, I'm about to sleep upside down.
Yeah.
and that's the scene, man. And so that's kind of where this takes us for the BOF version of chapter 5 of Batman 89.
What did you think of him dangling from the bar there?
Well, we'll get there in the next chapter.
Oh, that's next chapter?
Yeah, it's next chapter, but it is right. Maybe if we're gonna say there's anything campy, that's kind of like, is he stretching?
It's a little on the nose.
Yeah, I still remember my aunt telling me that because I didn't get to see the movie in the theater, so my aunt's like, "Oh, Batman even sleeps upside down like a bat." She was all excited to tell me. I was like, "Well, can you take me to the film because I can watch it?" I got these trading cards here.
I actually found my trading cards the other day.
Oh man, I can't wait.
I got them in a binder and everything now.
Yeah, I have all the Batman Returns ones. I don't have all the Batman 89.
I have 89s, but I don't have Returns. So one day
I'm looking to get I don't like how the 89, the 88, the Batman Returns one just ends. There's not like a final card. It feels kind of like they missed something. Yeah, anyways, so going back to this, anything else that you want to touch on before we wrap it up, Pete?
No, just Michael Keaton doesn't get enough credit for his Bruce Wayne, and it's kind of a full circle Bruce Wayne, I think. Yeah. And Jack is absolutely terrifying, and we haven't even seen him yet. So
yeah,
there's no Joker. Joker's terrifying. We haven't seen
that
him
laugh,
yet, so.
dude.
Yeah. He does a great job.
Oh yeah. I told Garrett this. I want to do a top 5 cinematic Bruce Wayne moments episode because I think there's tons, and I think this film has a lot of great Bruce Wayne spots, man. Like,
I agree.
Yeah, Keaton's Bruce Wayne is he's so aloof and lost in like the mission.
Yeah,
that he's just you can just see that he's always like, I don't want to be here. I want to go out giving beatings. I want to be Keaton gives beatings, man. That's
like, dude, actually, there's like one moment in Returns where it's like he's in the elevator with Selena, and she says, he's like, I'm leaving, and the doors close, and he's like all shocked. Like, I just love how every once in a while he's just kind of like, wait, what?
He's like, yeah, he's just kind of like, I need to put on my leather and vinyl latex outfit and go fight crime. Like that's where I feel normal. So
leather and vinyl.
All right. Well, man, this episode's going to go a lot quicker for most folks because there's only 2 of us. But I thought we had some good thoughts on this artful thoughts, Pete.
Yeah, deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts. about the birth of the Joker and Bruce Wayne's dating habits. It's kind of predatory. Like
I stalk my women like I stalk my victims.
It's like, yeah, so Bruce Wayne just gets ladies drunk.
I think she got herself drunk.
Well, no, he was pouring the bottles, man. That's what I'm saying.
Sure, yes.
Him and Alfred's the true wingman, dude. He's the bat wingman.
There I was coming in, man.
Alfred's like, oh, I'll tell that story, that cute story about you again, Master Bruce. It's like, all right, pound it, Alfred. Boom.
Oh,
he's like, let it
damn.
flow from the Wayne Vineyards, dude.
Oh, geez.
Martha's Vineyard, right there.
That's it. Literally, Martha's Vineyard.
Martha
in the backyard.
Oh, that's right, dude. Given the best of the Wayne Vineyards, right there. That's what you got, Vicky. Best of the Wayne Vineyards. All right. I imagine Harold works those vineyards.
Harold's downstairs getting the cave ready.
He's getting the cave ready. He works the vineyards too. He
during the day.
During the day, he's out there working. I want to see Harold in a movie.
Oh, there's nothing I'd love more than see Harold in a movie.
Know, man. I love Harold, and you know why? Because Harold was birthed out of the Penguin Affair.
I love you. Stop.
I'm speaking your language, man.
Yeah, you get right there.
I'm gonna get you a glass of wine, Pete.
Calm down, Kowalski.
All right. All right. We're bringing this Batwing home. Pete, my man, Pete, tell everybody.
You can follow me. You can follow me on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, Mastodon.
Dude, you're not on Mastodon.
I am on Mastodon.
No, but you're not on there. You're not.
I mean, I'm there. I'm on Mastodon. I'm on Mastodon. And Zack Snyder's favorite platform, Verra, at Beat Illustrated. You can check out podcast number 1. That is the news-based podcast I co-host with Rusty Piers himself, Eric Holzman, at straight _O_G. That's straight out of Gotham on both Instagram and Twitter. The Italian Spider-Man Coalition podcast at Italians for Spidey. I do that with Nicholas Caruso and Nico Caruso, everyone's favorite debate on Twitter. Those guys are great. Check us out over there. Check out at Team Yellow Oval. Check out BatmanOnFilm.com. Check out Batman on Film YouTube. Got interviews. Got Twitter reviews. Got all kinds of stuff over there. And from Michael Usman to Rich Citrone, so all that good jazz. And then Justin, you can take it away.
Nice. I do want to go out. If you're listening to this episode like years from 2023, maybe it's 2025 or something, go seek out episode 104 of the Straight Outta Gotham podcast. For probably the best of Pete Verra right there, man.
Apparently that show's a big hit. I don't know why.
It's probably one of my favorite things I listened to last week, man.
Rusty Piers.
Yeah, go find out about Rusty Piers. Oh man, I'm telling you, that was a good time. All right, and you can find me, Justin Kowalski, on Twitter at Justin M. Kowalski. That's it. You can find me there, and then I'll be popping up here on BOF doing some shows, and who knows what else is coming in the future. I don't know. In the future, I'll play that Prince song. All right.
Ooh, there we go. I like that.
All right. Well, there you go. That being said, this is Batman on Film, Batman 89, chapter by chapter, episode 5. Batman on Film, authoritative, definitive.
The dadgum
original. See you later.
You have been listening to Batman on Film Chapter by Chapter, a BatmanOnFilm.com podcast revisiting the cinematic adventures of the Dark Knight, scene by scene, chapter by chapter. Follow Jet on Twitter at Batman on Film. For BOF news only, follow at the Batman on Film on Twitter. To become a BOF patron, go to patreon.com/BatmanOnFilm. To advertise on BOF, visit advertisecast.com/BatmanOnFilm. For Jet and Team BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original. Batman on Film. Established in 1998.